and rebuttal to this Mark Davis revelation that he wants to give Colin Kaepernick, estranged quarterback of the NFL and controversial quarterback of the NFL, and I would say sabotaged quarterback of the NFL, a tryout with the Raiders. And it's already happened by the time some of y'all will see this. And this whole thing about he had given some orders or given instructions downstairs to general managers and coaches way back in 2017 to go ahead and sign Colin Kaepernick, or at least bring him in for a tryout with the then Oakland Raiders. So, I don't remember that. And I don't know how many of you other Raider fans may remember that. Of course, you new booty Kool-Aid, Ratriot drinking fans, y'all will fall for it and can fall right in the line and think he's some type of, I don't know, brilliant GM that's misunderstood, or, on the other hand, an advocate, I guess he's trying to say, for social justice in a kind of roundabout way, in kind of a subliminal way there, that he was attached to supporting Colin Kaepernick, the quarterback, who we all know is mired in a lot of controversy back then when it came to his stance of kneeling to bring attention to the murders and the killings of unarmed black men and black women in America at the time at the hand of law enforcement and other people. Mark Davis is full of shit. Okay, period. That's the bottom line. Okay, he's not some, great general manager mind and football operations player personnel mind. Okay, and again, like they used to say back in the day, man, when you be trying to get over on telling somebody some bullshit, who the fuck do you think you're talking to, man? I know you think you're talking to these new booty Raider fans, who are just going to fall in line with whatever it is and not push back on any of the inconsistencies and some of the just, unrelatable moves that are being made that are not part of the Raider culture and never have been. This is not anything like your father and the social stances that he took and some of the pioneering in that area that he took. Also in relation to being a pretty great general manager himself and a decisive owner who, if he wanted a player, they'd be a Oakland Raider, period. So if you wanted Colin Kaepernick way back in 2017, and I guess you were somehow in support of his stance, because you would have had to have signed him and had an interest in him, that belies, some of your recent activities and some of the recent revelations about your character and behavior as the owner of the Raiders. But that aside, he'd have been a Raider. You're the owner. You know what I'm saying? You're the owner, man. You want him on the team, he'd be on the team. It's not something that general managers and the coaches and people downstairs, sit and debate about and then consider what the owner wants. Who's paying you? Was John Gruden paying you? Or are you paying him? Your GM, were they paying you or are you paying them? I mean, because let's stop, man. You're not some great football visionary, dude, okay? So this front that you're trying to put up, that you were so down for Kaepernick, and now in light of us questioning it, how much did you follow the Rooney Rule before your last hiring, okay, it looks like you're trying to double back now and clean that up a little bit, as well as some of your comments and related to the George Floyd incident a few years ago. See, these new booties, these youngsters, they forget shit like that. They on that short attention span shit. Us old classic Raider fans, original Oakland Raider fans who grew up under your father, we know bullshit when we smell it. And you've been bullshit for years, homeboy. All right, straight up. If you wanted him on the team, he would have been on the team. Don't sit up here in 2022 and act like you've been some advocate for Colin Kaepernick all this time. All right? Now, the only thing I can give you kudos for is that if that is true, at least somebody was considering getting rid of that bum-ass quarterback y'all got. At least I can take solace in that y'all were at least entertaining, bringing somebody in to challenge that intercepting, inaccurate throwing motherfucker. Outside of that, though, I call bullshit, okay? I don't think you've ever been no advocate for Colin Kaepernick. Somebody please pull up or send in where Mark Davis was advocating for the stance in support of Colin Kaepernick that he took socially. Please show me that. And then please show me where Mark Davis or somebody, because the only people that can confirm it are the ex-coaches and the GMs and some other personnel, and they're gone now. I never heard Mike Mayock mention Colin Kaepernick or an interest in Colin Kaepernick. He was GM, so I don't know, dude. Your story ain't checking out. And all the Pauly G's and ESPNs and other motherfuckers covering for you and these new booty Raider fans with their podcasts covering for you, ain't enough, homeboy, to get by the radar of us real Raider fans who smell the bullshit, okay? And wanted to go back to being how it used to be, which is an assertive culture of determination and decisiveness. 2017, where were you up on the follow-up, Mark? 2017? So it didn't happen in 18. It didn't happen in 19. And we should believe that you're still interested. Kaepernick's still in the news. He's doing these old, free workouts at places, and he's still in magazines and on podcasts and shows talking about, his social justice stance. After those appearances, I didn't see you in the headlines the next day or two going, hey, I've mentioned I'd like to give Kaepernick a tryout. He tried out for the Seahawks in 17. Why didn't he come from Seattle and go to Oakland after that? How come he wasn't here in 2020? In Las Vegas when you moved? Sure, you had a lot of things in your mind, but if you're so into Colin Kaepernick since 2017, that's like wanting some pussy for like 10 years from this particular chick. She's just in your head. You want her. You keep missing opportunities. You tell other people, when you see her, man, let her know I'm interested in her. I'd like to get with her. But you just keep thinking, God, I'd like to, Well, that would be the same thing. You really want Colin Kaepernick. You're the owner. All you had to do was bring him in on your own accord, like your father would have done. It's bullshit. Okay? It's bullshit. You're trying to snow the people. But like I said on draft day, and like I'm going to keep saying until all this Ratriot shit is done, I don't give a fuck. Go Ratriots. Knock yourselves out. Mark Davis is full of shit. The views and opinions of RaiderFanRadio.Vegas, RaiderFanRadio.com, and Raider Fan Radio Media are not the views and opinions of the Las Vegas Raiders, Al Davis Football, Inc., or the National Football League. RaiderFanRadio.Vegas is an independent media source.